We are all salespeople. Sales is part of all of our lives, so whether you do it professionally or simply in life, embrace it, master it, profit. This is Life of Selling. Every salesperson eventually sees the world in black and white. They hear "not now" and they walk away. Or they hear "too late" and they realize they missed the opportunity. But the buyer's world is not in black and white. While the salesperson is leaving disappointed, the buyer may still be researching, comparing, talking, learning, attending conferences, reading articles, and asking questions. That color in the middle is where the real opportunity lives. It's the listening stage. Most salespeople understand active opportunities. They understand when a customer is looking. They understand when a customer is ready, but they often miss the stage right before that. The stage where the customer is not buying yet, but they are paying attention. That is where many decisions actually begin. Not when the customer starts the formal buying process, not when they issue the RFI or the RFP, not when they finally return your call and say they are evaluating options. The decision often starts earlier, in that enormous space between "not now" and "too late." A few weeks ago, if you had asked Diana whether she was looking for another job, she would have definitely said no. She wasn't updating her LinkedIn profile every day. She wasn't telling her coworkers she was unhappy. She wasn't walking around the office talking about leaving. As far as everyone knew, Diana was staying right where she was. Then one day, an opportunity appeared. Maybe a recruiter reached out. Maybe a former coworker called. Maybe she heard about a company that was doing something interesting. Whatever it was, Diana listened. She asked a few questions. She took a few meetings. She gathered information. She compared what she had been doing to what was possible. And then one day, everyone was standing around the office eating cake and saying, "Good luck, Diana." And a few people were probably thinking, "Wow, I didn't even think she was looking." The truth is probably that she wasn't looking. She was listening. And there's a difference between those two things. Customers do exactly the same thing. Once we understand the listening stage exists, the next question becomes, what does listening actually tell us? Because listening is not random. Listening means something. When a customer listens, something is happening. It may not be urgent yet, but there is some need, pressure, curiosity, or dissatisfaction beneath the surface. They may not be ready to buy, but they are trying to understand what is possible. Curiosity is often the first visible sign that change may eventually happen. If they start reading, asking questions, attending events, or comparing ideas, they are already evaluating the world beyond their current situation. That matters because the status quo is usually your biggest competitor. Once they begin questioning it, the opportunity has already started to form. That is the key distinction. Listening does not mean you have the deal, but it does mean you have an opportunity possible in the future. One of the biggest mistakes salespeople make is assuming that everyone inside the organization listens the same way. They don't. Their level in the organization determines often what they're listening for and how far into the future they're looking. Roles shape perspective. Perspective shapes priorities, and priorities shape listening. They are usually thinking about the work in front of them, the tools they use, the problems they are dealing with right now. That's what employees do. Managers, they're thinking about team performance, efficiency, staffing, process, and what needs to get done this month or this quarter. While executives are listening to strategic shifts, competitive threats, market movement, risk, growth, and what the business may need years from now. That is why the person saying "not now" may not be the person who matters most. The higher you go up in an organization, the more likely someone is already listening. Not only do people listen differently, they listen for different things. The same conversation can mean completely different things depending on who's hearing it. Employees want fewer obstacles, better tools, less frustration, and a smoother day. Managers care about productivity, consistency, accountability, results, and whether their team can execute. And executives, they're listening for risk reduction, growth in the business, improved outcomes, gaining leverage, or preparation for what's coming next. That is why the same solution can sound different depending on who hears it. The value changes based on the listener. If you understand what they are listening for, you can understand what they value before the buying process even begins. Now we get to the practical question. If listening exists and listening matters, what do we do with it? How does listening become opportunity? Look for the signals. Research, questions, conferences, peer conversations, content engagement, leadership changes, hiring patterns, or even repeated curiosity around the same problem. When someone is listening, they may not want to hear your sales pitch yet. They want clarity. Help them understand the problem, the options, and the consequences. If one person is listening, find out who else should be. The real opportunity may sit above them, beside them, or in another part of the organization. Do not just talk about features. Connect what they are exploring to the business results they care about. And that is the goal. Not to force urgency before it exists, but to earn a seat at the table before the formal process begins. Up to this point, we have been talking about the customer listening. But of course, there's another part of the discussion. Are you listening? This works both ways. The customer may be listening, but the seller needs to listen too. The best salespeople don't just detect listening, they practice it. Customers send signals all the time. They ask different questions, they may attend different events, they engage with different content, they begin using different language. Start. Up to this point, we've been discussing the customer listening, but obviously there's another side to this discussion. Are you listening? It works both ways. The customer may be listening, but the seller needs to listen as well. The best salespeople don't just detect listening, they practice it. Customers send signals all the time. They ask different questions, they attend different events, they engage with different content. They begin using different language. Long before they tell you what they plan to do, they often show you what has their attention. Competitors move, technologies move, budgets shift, regulations change, priorities evolve. Sometimes the opportunity is not inside one single account. Sometimes the opportunity is hiding inside a larger industry trend. By the time something becomes a full project, someone has already been listening for a while. The question is whether you were listening with them. Because by the time everyone sees the opportunity, it may no longer even be an opportunity. It may simply be the next thing everyone is chasing. Let's bring it all together. Most salespeople focus on opportunities. The best salespeople focus on what creates opportunities. Before there's an opportunity, there is awareness. Someone notices a problem, a possibility, or a better way. Pipeline does not appear from nowhere. It comes from conversations, signals, relationships, and curiosity that existed first. Revenue is the final result, not the starting point. If you want better revenue, you need better opportunity creation. Awareness is where this chain begins. If you are not aware, you cannot position yourself. If you cannot position yourself, you cannot win. Do not wait until the customer is looking. Do not wait until the RFP is out. Do not wait until the decision is already halfway made. The opportunity often begins in this listening stage. And if you learn to recognize it, you can get there before not now becomes too late. We are all salespeople. Embrace it, master it, profit. This is Life of Selling.